Goblins are commonly taken as creatures for pleasure, but there comes a time once a year when a female goblin experiences an extreme and unresisting desire for contemplating such lustrous hunger to satisfy their undying desire. Goblins gather in groups under one queen to attack human settlements with men are their common prey. As this particular time arrives, the tables have turned. The same men who used to take goblins for pleasure are now running for their lives, saving themselves from becoming pleasure slaves and praying for forgiveness. Seeing this unrest in villages of his state, the king decides to take strict action against the goblin army and orders the strongest man in the world, Peter Grill, to march against them and protect the settlements from the goblins and their lustful attention. Peter, with his bravest warriors, including his fiancée Luvilia and the girls who want his seed just to bear stronger children, leave for one of the settlements that are already under attack and almost burnt. Peter divides his warriors into two groups. One under his lead will attack the village, and the other in Lufilia's will attack the troops outside of the settlement. Finally, they commenced the attack as Luvilia and Peter wish each other good luck. Peter restricts his warriors from killing goblins and orders them to capture them alive as they struggle against goblins' lustful temptations, while their big guy gives in to these temptations and is taken out. In the meantime, one of the girls picks up a boulder and leaves some goblins on the verge of death as their skin color reminds her of how ORCs who used to pick on her. Meanwhile, Peter remains true to his title of the strongest man as he takes out multiple goblins at once, saving the men stuck in a church. Soon, they capture all of the invading lustful goblins, scaring them away and taking back the village. On the other side of the battle, the news of the strongest man in the world fighting the village reaches the elite guards of the queen, goblins of a higher race with intelligence. Thinking he will be a great gift for their queen, they capture Luvilia and wipe out her warriors. Back in the village, the girls forced Peter to a room for his seed. As the news of Luvilia's capture reaches him, he breaks free of their temptations and runs for the queen's guards. For the sake of Luvilia's life, he has to surrender and is taken to their queen for pleasure. While he is being taken there deep through the caves, his clothes get ripped off, but despite this, there remains still a small feeling of excitement, thinking that the queen is going to be some beautiful maiden, as he has never gotten the chance to get lucky with his fiancée. The naive Peter actually believes that babies are born by holding hands and hoping for a child. To his bad luck, the queen is anything but gorgeous, to be precise, something monster-like straight from a nightmare. And then the queen, lust dripping like drool, begins to, well, I don't have to tell what happens there. If you know, following this wham bam thank you ma'am act, Peter is thrown in a cell all covered in sticky honey like serum from the queen. The girls are concerned that his precious and strong genetic juice is being wasted on lowly goblins, and they cannot stand it, saying it belongs only to them. So they decide to sneak into their caves and rescue their strongest Peter, while commenting that it's pathetic that he surrendered to those goblins and he has his weaknesses in his cell. Peter regrets that he gave in to that. It felt so good saying her the queen, but at the same time is happy. Technique was out of this world, my man, as he still kind of feels bad about it. One of the elite goblin guards comes and takes him out of his cell and betrays her queen to free him while she escorts him through the deep caves to the entrance. He asks why she is helping him. To his surprise, she reveals that she is his childhood friend Kobuko Nagel, and that she survived and escaped from goblin hunters and later was taken in by the queen. To their reunion, they recalled their childhood memories and how he and his sister Lucy found her and raised her, till one day she was taken away by goblin hunters. As both of them wander in the caves, Kobuko feels a strong lustful desire from her queen and tells Peter that she is unable to resist the desire, but for him she will hold it back and tries it well, but gives in to the strong temptation and convinces Peter that a quickie may help calm her down. While still trying to resist her desires, he surrenders, and then, isn't it obvious, some human-goblin bonding session. In the meantime, the girls sneak into the caves While exploring the unsightly paths, one of them presses a trap button and they catch up in a trap and falls deep into the caves and lands straight on Peter and Gobuko as they are busy seeing Peter and Gobuko like that the girls are quick. To criticize him, saying his pride has fallen so much that now he is satisfying a goblin. As they argue, Kenji the goblin expert joins them Peterson to see normal and calm goblins around him and asks how he was able to calm them down and claims it'll be a big help if this is possible. Kenji's answer is simple: give them what they want, but he is taken down before he could explain anything else by goblins. Soon they all realize that they are surrounded by goblins. Peter and Gobuko run to Lavilia's cell to set her free, while everyone else fight the green menaces. As the news of Gobuko's betrayal reaches the queen, she becomes extremely mad and screams, which frightens not just goblins but humans too. Everyone gets captured and is presented before the huge and monstrous ruler so she may decide their fate after being labeled as a traitor. Gobuko, who is shivering with fear of the queen, defends herself by saying that she had to save Peter as he is like family to her, but hearing this, the queen mocks her by saying, "We took you, raised you, and gave you a roof while you repaid our empathy with treason," ordering her guards to slaughter the entire lot as goblins rush to kill Gobuko. Peter defends her and says, "I'm grown now and I'll protect her this time," while addressing the queen that humans have done worst with goblins, but she is no different from them. As goblins are overpowering them, they run towards the entrance of the cave, eventually provoking the queen. The mountain of goblins carries the queen and rushes for them while everyone is terrified of her. In the meantime, somewhere Peter's sister Lucy is sitting under a lonely sky with her face reflecting vengeance and hatred and recalling a memory of her childhood when Gobuko was taken from them and their house was burnt. As they stood there watching but could not do anything. To protect her as Peter and the others run for the entrance, they find it crowded with goblins, but as they reach closer and closer, the shadows reveal themselves to be not goblins but their human allies here to help the troops rush in, taking out the goblins and their queen, successful defeating and capturing the horde. The news of the queen's capture reaches the higher-ups. Seeing the situation, they issue the orders to exterminate all of the captured goblins. Immediately when Peter learns about their execution, he is concerned for their lives as words of Kenji echoes in his head that they only need what women desire and it will calm them down. He rushes to the execution ground with just a small piece of cloth covering his parts and asks the execution to be halted. He tells everyone how to calm the goblins down, and for demonstration he takes one of the goblins into a nearby cave. After a few minutes he returns with her, who is now calm and normal. Everyone is surprised by this as there is no need for their execution. Soldiers are told to satisfy each goblin, but they are concerned as there are hundreds of them. All the while goblins are extremely pleased with this decision. Meanwhile, Lucy, carrying her twin swords, enters the same village. There, one of the villagers is thankful to her for saving the village, but she gives him a cold look and says if he mentions goblins again, she'll kill him soon. The goblin issue is solved and the goblins are calm and pleased, while Peter's fame rises for solving everything peacefully. Finally, the goblins return, but Gobuko is still labeled as a traitor and is left out of their midst. She finds it hard to adjust between humans. A party is arranged to celebrate this victory. Everyone is drinking, eating, and enjoying the celebration. Lavilia leaves the celebration suddenly, and Peter tries to follow her, but his mate takes him back. Peter, who was glad that he did give in to any of the temptations, is trying hard to be loyal to his fiancée. The next morning he wakes up next to Gobuko, who was all naked, and questions his loyalty to Lavilia and freaks out that he did it with Gobuko again. Peter is stunned by her answer as he was the one who told her that they are family, so she thought they should be sleeping together. Peter, who is still pretty much in shock, finds other girls sleeping on the floor, all naked, unable to contemplate his screams. Later, Peter receives a letter from her sister that she is taking care of the matter they had discussed and will visit him in a few days. The end. Thanks for watching. If you like it, please consider to like and subscribe for an